gripping here, if I get my right hand, and this is my anchor hand now, okay? This is an anchor. So I've got this. Now, he's just not letting me have that, because he knows if I get that sleeve hand, you know, I could, boom, I'm going to hit, and I will. So, but I've got this, okay? So this is what I've got here. So I'm going to use this to kind of bully him. You know, I'm going to push him around, use my elbow to, but keep pushing and manipulating with him. So
your anchor hand is the hand that gives you a firm base in order to further control your opponent's body and how he moves. The anchor hand may be the hand that you initially grip your opponent with, but that's not always the case. It's the hand that establishes dominance over your opponent. You may use this anchor hand to move to another grip depending on the situation. You may use it to direct or steer how and when and where your opponent moves. You may use this anchor hand like radar to feel or sense when and where he moves his body. Establishing an anchor hand is essential in effective control of an opponent.
lifting action, setting up with the Uchimata. Okay, well, why not Uchimata? Harai Goshi you could do, any forward throw, Tayotoshi, or just standard Surigoshi. But we're going to start with your right hand if you're a righty. Okay, so come on out here. And Derek they're fighting for grips. Okay? And we're gripping here. If I get my right hand, and this is my anchor hand now. Okay? This is an anchor. A lot of times, the jackets are so thick or so tight, I can't get my thumb in, and I can't get a very good grip on the lapel. The lapel keeps me from, so instead of grabbing the lapel, I'll grab the jacket. I'll grab a handful of jacket here. And that way I can lift, or drive this way. But in this case, we're lifting. Okay, lifting surikomi. So if you were bent over, I may even, again, all the way down his spine, that's fair game. Okay, or anywhere on the back, actually.
The surite is your lifting hand, but it does a whole lot more than simply lift your opponent. This is the hand that steers, controls, and manipulates the direction of your opponent's body, in addition to lifting him. Your surite works independently, yet in coordination with your hikite, or your pulling hand, to control your opponent's movement. Think of your surite like an anchor on a boat. Use it to provide a solid base in order to prevent your opponent from moving, allowing you the opportunity to gain further control of how his body moves and where he goes. Some may call the surite your lapel hand, but the surite doesn't only grip your opponent's lapel and can be used to grip any part of your opponent's uniform or body. Establishing your surite as a strong anchor permits you to restrict your opponent's movement and gives you more control of him.
So I've got this. Now he's just not letting me have that because he knows if I get that sleeve hand, you know, I could, boom, I'm going to hit, and I will. So, but I've got this, okay, so this is what I've got here. So I'm going to use this to kind of bully him. You know, I'm going to push him around, use my elbow to, but keep pushing and manipulating with him. So, but you want to get an anchor hand on him, okay? You at least get one hand on him. And I've seen guys actually throw just one-handed. They miss the sleeve hand. I've actually seen this work. So, but you want to get that sleeve hand because you really clock him then, okay? All right, so he's got this hand here, and he's going to actually, as he comes in, when Derek starts attacking, he starts his attack before he actually grabs with his hand on the sleeve. He'll have it up there and ready to go. But here's the key thing here. He's going to be lifting, and we did Surigoshi. He's going to be lifting as he comes in. So that's where he starts the breaking of the balance, the Kazushi action. So one more time. So if I get him here, I might even grab in the middle here. But as I'm coming in, I start to grip this action here. There's the pop, okay? Then when I come in, I grab and I finish it. And that's what he's going to do, okay? So he's going to he's kind of bullying with that right hand, that surite, okay? And when he comes in, he's going to scoop in, and there is the Uchimata. Uchimata is an ideal throw to hit from there because you hit it so cleanly. You can do that with a Surigoshi, a standard, lifting hip throw. But he likes the Uchimata, he's going to do the Uchimata. Or you can do Harai Goshi, any forward throw, Tayotoshi, any forward throw. But Uchimata is really one of those classically big bang throws where you finish him off right there. So one more time, so you can see he's down, there's your anchor. He's not letting him get his left hand on him in any way. See that, everybody? And that happens. So come on back out here. So he's pulling it back. But so what he has to do, remember now, when he comes in, he's lifting by that lifting action, at the start of his lift here, he starts moving in. There's the move in right there. Now as he starts to make the turn, he will grab, and there he's in position to hit the Uchimata. See that? So you see it kind of comes in steps. And that's what you do. As you grab and you start your lift, that means you enter with your hip. As you keep entering, as you keep turning, as you make that rotation, snatch the wrist or snatch the forearm, make your turn, hit your Uchimata. That's how you get that Uchimata so deep. And don't think about just sticking your leg in. Your hip is the thing you want to hit in first. That's the thing that goes over. Okay, can you do one more time? Okay. And watch how he first he enters as he pulls, he turns the hip, catches, and he steps in. There it is. So it's like 1, 2, 3, boom. And that's how that works. And it really works well because that's why you see guys get thrown and they say, oh, he only had one hand grip on him. He may have caught it at the very last second, or he may not have caught it, and he does it so well, he still turns the guy. And that happens. And that's very good technique. Just time. Okay, so what we're going to show here also is as Derek attacks, as he comes in, he's constantly pulling up with that right hand. The right hand pulls upward and to him, sucking him in. When you're doing this, when you're anchoring here, you're pulling up, and as you're coming in, there's the turn. See how tight he is now? And it looks weak because it's kind of a floating elbow, but it's a high elbow. But it's not weak because he's still pulling. Okay, he's still lifting. Right? And as he comes in, then he can turn and he catches right there. So I don't even have to control it. So you see the movement of that hand action. It's very dynamic lifting action with that hand. And it's hard to master. It really is. You got to practice.
Think of it like an excavator. So like, you know, the Tonka toys, the one with the big long arm that scoops up like this.
Good analogy.
Same exact kind of idea. Grab a hold, pull it up here. Okay? Make sure that as soon as you start getting to the apex of that pull, your hip is turned in. Otherwise, you get in one of these weird positions where you're literally cranking your own shoulder.
Then you've got a floating elbow and it's weak.
Right.
Counters, yeah. Okay, great. His hand, he's lifting, and he's pulling up in. You know, it's like if you're in the weight room and you're doing high rows, okay? And that's what this is, same thing. Which is a good weight room technique thing to use in the weight room for this type of throw. Okay? There you go.